I found so much cool stuff in this episode. It must be Christmas! Guys, welcome to another Ed's Retro Geek Out. I got my Christmas sweater on. It's snowing outside, and today we're going over to Geek Day, which is right up my alley. I mean, Ed's Retro Geek Out, Geek Day. Why not go over there? It's close to the border with France, and we're gonna try finding a couple games that are a bit harder to come by over here in the Flemish part of Belgium. The night before, I partied a little, but I'm doing pretty good with only a couple hours of sleep. My buddy's driving, so I don't really have to think about too much whilst going in. Let's see what this Geek Day convention is all about. Alright guys, we've arrived at Geek Day, the French part of Belgium, and it's snowing outside. Let's see if we can find some games. The first couple things we pick up are Frogger for the Game Boy, classic. Now this is just the arcade game, but it's a game I needed for my collection. I'm going for a full set, so I need this one. And the other thing is Ice Climber for the NES. Now this is the European version of the black box title. And yeah, I'm really glad we can already find a couple games just when we got in. So, me and my buddy Pony on True, we walk around different vendors, we see pops, we see some He-Man figurines lying around. There's lots of different stuff over here at Geek Day. It's not just a gaming convention, there's toys, there's new toys, but there's also some strange stuff, like Christmas trees with pixel art in there. We look up another couple vendors, and we come to a vendor who has some pretty cool Game Boy titles. And over there, I pick up Star Wars by Capcom on the Game Boy, and also Soccer Mania, another game I was missing for my full set. He also had Disney's Pocahontas for the Game Boy complete in the box, so I'm glad to add this one to the complete in box collection. Now, the prices over here at Geek Day are very good actually. All of the vendors we talk to, we bundle up, we talk and we negotiate price, we haggle a bit, and they all say yes to whatever number we say. It's great when you get to go to a convention and all you're getting is deals. Now this next vendor has really high prices. I mean, he had a Friday the 13th complete in box on the NES, but he was asking like 120 euros for this. Okay, the copy looks mint, but that's just a bit too much for me right now. However, I do pick up a game I've been looking for the longest time already for my Sega Master System collection, and that game is Wolfchild. Now, this game I had been on the lookout for the longest time. It's a really cool platformer. What happens in here is you're just a regular guy fighting off monsters, but once your energy meter goes up, you turn into a werewolf, and you have a lot more attack power. So your attack becomes much better and you just progress through the game. This game has 5 levels, but it's worth picking up. It's definitely a hidden gem on the Sega Master System. Now, at this vendor who had Zelda Ocarina of Time playing on his TV, it sparked my interest because, you know, oh, here's a Pikachu Edition N64 with Ocarina of Time, I looked down on the table and what do I find? I found Chikan for the Megadrive. Now this looks like a really fun game, and for 10 euros I'm not gonna leave this behind. And then we bump into some guys who we always see over at our conventions in Holland and in the Flemish part of Belgium, and they actually have something I've been looking for. The game I've been looking for the longest time now to try and complete my NES collection has been, let me try pronouncing this correctly, Les Chevalier Du Zodiaque, La Légende d'Or. Yeah, I know a bit of French, but it's not perfect. This is a game that was only released in France, outside of Japan. So Japan had a Famicom release, but outside of Japan, France is the only country you could get this game, and I'm very happy to add this one. Now, what is this game about? Let's see during a gameplay.
First impression of this game, the game is visually stunning. Of course, it's based on the anime series that goes by the same name. The battle system is turn-based. You can upgrade meters to further your attack. If you can get a translated ROM or such from this game, I think it will be pretty cool. It has some RPG elements in there. It's got really cool cutscenes too.
So next up, I find another NES game that I still need, Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum. Now, it's a terrible game, but I need it for my collection. And what do you know? The guys that set up Pixel Day this year are actually the vendors there. Now, Pixel Day is one of the best retro gaming cons I've been to this year. They had 2,000 people coming over there. There were vendors filled with retro gaming goodness, and I probably took home about 40 or 50 games from that convention this year. So I'm definitely gonna want to go there again. Now here in Europe, it's very difficult to understand or even comprehend when are the gaming cons going on in a different country than yours, because we have these language barriers. If you want to go to France, you have to look it up in French. If you want to go to Germany, you have to look it up in German. How to find these conventions that are going on. So we get to talking to this guy. He hands us over a flyer for his next convention. Maybe we'll get a stand over there, try to get rid of some doubles. But yeah, definitely going over there next year, and hopefully I'll find another ton of games there. There's also another room at this convention where there's a couple of arcade games, but the cool thing is there's actually a guy displaying his whole Back to the Future collection. Now, he has some really cool stuff. He has replicas of all the props over there. You know, if I could time travel, I probably just want to go back to 2007 and try and find some games really cheap. That would be amazing if I could go back to 2007 and buy all those games for for 1 or 2 euros. Alright guys, this was definitely worth the time travel. Come on, look at this. There's a Nintendo. He even wrote it wrong for just 10 euros. Damn, there's Dragon Warrior in here. There's, Super C is in here. Awesome. But, why is it so empty? My god, where are all my games? They're all gone.
The encounter could create a time paradox, the results of which could cause a chain reaction that would unravel the very fabric of the space-time continuum and destroy the entire universe.
Yeah, let's maybe not do that. Let's forget all about it. We're not gonna do that. We're not going back to the past. I want to keep my whole collection right here. Let's not do that. We've been walking around at the convention for a couple hours, and we go back to all the booths, and I pick up a book, and the book I picked up is The History of Nintendo. Now, I want to learn more about Nintendo, and this one talks about the history from 1889 till 1980. So, from playing cards to Game & Watch. Now, I'm a big Game & Watch collector, so I'll definitely read this book through during the holidays. It's got lots of colorful pictures in there. It's got words in there. Yeah, I mean, this is right up my alley. Not too much text, but information to process in my brain. So the last thing I picked up was at this Fender's booth. He had a couple things I was doubting about, but I said, let's just throw all our stuff together with my pal, and let's see what deal we can get here. And it's over here that I picked up another NES game for the collection. This is Basis Loaded 3. Really glad to add this one. Then I also added the Flash on the Master System. This is the classic release. That's why it's brown, the cover. Now the Flash is a pretty cool game actually on the system. And the last game I picked up over there is a game from my childhood. I played this over at a friend's house and I fell in love with it. It's Space Station Silicon Valley. Now in this game you're actually kind of like a microchip, and any animal within the world that you're trying to advance in, you can pretty much take over through a microchip. So you can be a dog, you can be a sheep, you can be whatever animal. They're all like animatronics, so I mean they're like robots, so you can be a fox at once, you can be a different stuff at once. So I'm really glad to add this one boxed to my collection. It's not in the best shape, but it still looks really good. Yeah, so glad I could add this one. So me and my buddy had a great time at Geek Day. The snow kind of caught us off guard, but it's nice to have some of that Christmas spirit tumbling down from the sky. I came home with a huge stack of games for the collection, which is always great. Now I'm really happy the holidays are starting. The conventions are gonna be less frequent for a couple weeks, so I can save up some money and start thinking about what I'm gonna try getting next year. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, maybe leave a like, leave a comment if you have a question for me, and definitely hit that subscribe button if you want to see more geeky stuff. So that was it for this episode of Eds Retro Geek Out. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!